comes to mastering technology, no one does it better and faster than kids today. In turn, most adults, including us parents, often get left behind. Today, we aim to bridge the generation gap by inspiring mommies to turn tech-savvy. Feed your mind while bonding with your child over easy-to-digest bits of high-tech info. Ensure your children's well-balanced lifestyle by allowing them healthy doses of technology. Allow me, your host Maricel Laksa Pangilinan, to help you keep up with the fast-paced times and your ever-changing children. Only here on Mom Works. Kids today are tech savvy thanks to the internet, the computer, the cell phone, the television, etc. So how do we communicate with our children if we can't even understand their jargon? Here at Mom to Mom, we will bridge the generation gap by teaching moms how to reach out to their high-tech kids. Hi, Joy.
Hi, Maricel.
Tell us, how old is your kid?
I have a son. He's 9 years old.
Okay, and you play with him sa mga PSP and all kinds of games?
We do play computer games. So we have a desktop PC at home. We do have a laptop.
Okay.
But outside of that, we have a Nintendo DS Lite. We have a Wii. So
Lahat,
we play boxing.
Is there like a limit to how much time he can spend playing these computer games?
Yeah, very limited, and it's controlled. So average in a day about an hour.
So every day he's allowed?
No assignments, then you can play.
Okay.
But
for 1 hour?
For 1 hour.
So how techie are you?
Very techie. Let's just say I have gadgets of my own. I provide a gadget, so personally I have a laptop. So that's one. I have an iPad.
Okay.
I have a camera. And in terms of familiarity, how to use it, those are the ones that I have. And yes, I did expose my son to these.
So you're naturally a high-tech person. So did you encounter any challenges when it comes to being a techie mom?
So far, in terms of challenge in the negative sense, none. It's more of getting my son to be abreast and yung familiarity and teaching him how to use these gadgets properly, meaning he does not break it because they're costly.
Yes.
But other than that, I haven't had any difficulties.
Is he the type who'd want to buy a new high-tech gadget every time something comes out?
No. I'm blessed that my son is not really conscious about brands. Whenever he has friends or classmates who would talk about gadgets or games, he could relate. But if he has classmates who would tell him, oh, I have this one, and he does not have that same stuff, he would say, me also, but it's different. So he would not really ask for new ones. He's happy with what he has.
How do you think parents should be able to relate with their children's fascination over these kinds of gadgets?
Parents should be directly really involved in these gadgets and how their children are playing. I think it applies for all things involving children. There always has to be control. So while I allow my son to play with these gadgets, you have certain time frames, there's always have to be a control in the amount of time spent.
I know of a lot of parents who have difficulty in taking their children out from like a computer game, and a lot of them also suffer from stress when you delay the gratification of their extension that they're asking from their parents, diba?
But I think from the onset, it has to be set already. You have to have ground rules.
Okay.
If my son would break that rule, he knows that there's a repercussion to it. So if I warn him once that if you don't stop now, okay, if you don't stop, there won't be any games tomorrow.
Okay.
So he knows that. And if he breaks that, then I stick to my words, no games the next day. You go outside and play.
Is it something that you feel that's important for parents to be updated with?
technology and all these gadgets?
Yes.
I believe yes, because that's where the industry is already going. It's a high-tech world.
Yes.
It's already a high-tech world, and to expose the children to these high-tech gadgets or items or stuff, it's important because it also keeps them abreast of the technology. They use it in school,
Yes.
and eventually when they work, they'll use it at work. But it's also important to have that control.
As you keep yourself updated with all these things that your son is involved with in terms of all these gadgets, do you find yourself also making it a venue to like share your day or to talk about personal things? Does it make you grow closer?
Actually, yes. Part of our bonding moments of spending time. Of course, the games we play, like it teaches him sportsmanship, if you would call
Playing
that.
the Wii like that.
Yung ganyan. Sports then, because we play boxing. So, but it teaches him to be, if you lose, bawal bikon, gano'n. So you teach him that also. Kasi pag natalo, ayaw na kitang
bawal
kalaro.
yun.
Oo. So you teach him later on na it's just a game, but you have to apply this, when you're in school, you lose in a certain competition, you should not feel bad. So you should be challenged to try better the next time.
Do you allow violent games?
As much as possible,
Blood.
I don't want
Fighting.
I don't want the graphic and blooded movies or movie-based games na
Okay.
ganon. I try to draw the line there. But of course, since my child is a boy, there's boy stuff. So you have fighting in boxing, soldiers, war. So there should be control. Like there's a game about war na incorporate yung world history. That's true, that happened in World War II. There are soldiers, there are like this. So okay. But you have to have that guidance.
What would you say would be the most rewarding experience having yourself be engrossed in these kinds of activities that your son is also involved in?
The most important is it's developed a close bond between us. So I could relate to him. Hopefully, in the future, if he has more serious stuff in mind or serious things to talk about, he knows he can talk to me because I can relate to him.
If I'm not a high-tech mom or I'm not a techie person to begin with, how can I learn these things and how can I slowly introduce my children to them?
Reading is one. Start off by reading. If you have a computer, I think most household now would have that.
Turn it on.
Turn it on, read the manual.
Okay.
It still boils down to basic.
How about asking our kids, is it okay? It's not so embarrassing.
No, it's not. You'd be surprised at what the children know, and these are things that they learn from school, they learn from their classmates, they learn from their friends. So don't be shy. It gives them that feeling of importance na, I know something that mommy does not know. So may certain pride that I'm teaching mommy this one.
Okay,
Mommy
that's
wants-
wonderful.
Yeah, mommy wants to learn from me.
Thank you, Joy. You see, new knowledge is our best tool to understand our kids. And as our guest has proven, it can even help us bond with our children while updating our skills. So, my advice to moms, don't be afraid of technology. We'll have more when Mom Works returns.
Up next on Mom Works, get to know your child better by engaging in high-tech matters.
As parents, it's our responsibility to check what sites our children go to.
Instead of giving the challenge on today's road test, a mom takes the initiative to face her own challenge of raising a child in our cyber-driven society. Find out how she successfully manages technology in her household. Jay is a super working mom. Aside from caring for her son, she juggles various jobs as a PR consultant, an online English tutor, a proofreader, and a columnist.
I have a column like Techie Mommy Talks. It deals with how a mom applies technology in her daily life, much less a working mom, right? And it helps a lot, really, because a lot of the things that we do is parang remote control, right? And because of technology, it facilitates that for working moms such as myself.
Despite her busy schedule, Jay still manages to keep a close eye on her 6-year-old son, thanks to technology.
I don't think I can do away with not having a cell phone, at least no matter where I go, because part of the work that I do also is traveling. So when I'm away, of course I can call Kenny, or I can go on the internet and he can go online because his father works in the USA, so they talk in the internet, and that's how it helps. It bridges the distance between people, and I can check the yaya, or even my son has a cell phone, I can call him anytime to make sure that he's okay.
And because of his techie mommy, Keone is well aware of the wonders the World Wide Web holds for kids like him.
They see games and things for learning, and they also get to learn how to play games there.
Keone is so net savvy that even at his young age, he already writes his own online journal or blog. Though Jay takes pride in her child's tech smarts, she remains vigilant against the perils of technology.
There's a lot of danger out there in the World Wide Web because there are sites that are really bad for children. You can actually put the lock in your computer so that they can't enter those sites. So as parents, it's our responsibility to check what sites our children go to. Actually, rule number 1 is you cannot go on the internet without me there or unsupervised. I can't use it for a long time, an hour at the most.
Jay also sets limits on Keone's use of his cell phone.
Of course, I buy him prepaid, right? So that he can. The thing is, my son, the minute you load his phone, he calls me all the time, texts me, calls me all the time. What do you do? And I tell him, he can't always also call mommy all the time because sometimes I'm at work, I'm in a meeting, I can't answer your call. I put 50 pesos and that's like good for 3 days. If you wiped it out in 1 day, bahala ka. So he knows that.
In her own life, Jay recognizes the limits of technology, particularly in her responsibilities as a parent.
It should not also keep or take away the time that you spend with your children, the quality time. It still should be there, even with all the technology around. But then it should augment the love and care that the mother gives to a child.
Jay's success as both a mother and a professional is a product of modern sensibilities coupled with old-fashioned moderation, a formula she wishes to share with other working moms.
Nowadays, kasi it just takes a flick of a finger to send it somewhere, and they have the information readily. Technology helps a lot with the multitasking mother. And it's important for you to get into what your children are into and, of course, protect them by doing so. Because if you don't understand what they're into, how can you protect them? And how can you know that it's bad what they're doing, right?
Coming up on MomWorks, gather pointers on how to make technology child-friendly. With the influx of technology, more moms are riding the high-tech wave. Now on Viewpoint, we ask moms, if you could invent a gadget, what would it be?
Well, I think it's something that can monitor the children 24/7 when you're not with them.
A cell phone. Okay, it's not just a usual cell phone that we use today, but something that would detect where my daughter is, somewhere where I could see her and I could really listen and see her on the monitor. So while she's away from our house, I would still be that secure that she's okay.
A cell phone for babies. Since I'm working and I'll be away from my baby most of the time, of course, I would want him to see me.
I like this gadget wherein I can put it on my kids' shirt, whatever they're wearing, and then I can actually see what they're doing with their yayas, etc. real time, and I can watch it while I'm at work during break time. So I think that would be nice.
Children today love tinkering with technology, They have fun, they learn, and they communicate with friends. But too much of it can be bad for them. Here's how they can enjoy technology in healthy doses. Teach your child how to use technology properly through your example. Show her that though you enjoy watching TV, you are disciplined enough to turn it off as the need arises. There is a proper time for everything. Discuss with your child the family priorities such as having a meal together. During these times, tech toys should be switched off. Set some rules in using gadgets. For example, allow your kids to watch DVDs only on weekends. Through this, they learn that tech toys are a privilege, not a necessity. If your children want to acquire the latest tech tool, don't give in right away. Discuss with them the pros and cons of having the gadget and determine if they really need it. A downside to technology is that it sometimes encourages a sedentary lifestyle. Combat this by joining your children in activities that keep them healthy and active. If used properly, technology can provide your children with invaluable skills and growth. As with everything else, moderation is the key for them to gain its benefits. Next week on MomWorks, special children need extra understanding. Find out how you can provide them with the love and support they deserve.
Everything is step by step and repetitive. Until one, they learn the skill, two, they master the skill, and three, refine na. They can do it independently without adult supervision.
Life goes on naman eh. Tsaka parang we treat him as a normal child na lang.
Lifestyle Network is now online. Check out our website at www.thelifeyoulive.tv for more information about your favorite shows.